All right, there you see some surfers at the ocean front on a scorching hot day trying to beat the heat. Right now, a heat advisory is in effect for most of the region. The temperatures are in the 90s, but in some places it felt like 110 or hotter. Thanks for joining us on this hot Monday. I'm David Allen.
And I'm Arrianee LeBeau. Janet Roach and Regina Mobley have the night off. Well, those hot temperatures are the reason we want to get things started with meteorologist Evan Stewart. Evan?
And a lot of times we look to the radar hoping for a shower or a thunderstorm, maybe to give us some relief from the heat. And at first glance, it looks like there could be a couple of showers out there, but that's why we always double check and verify. You can see what looks like a few showers working their way in off the Atlantic. And I wouldn't be surprised if maybe there's a sprinkle, but notice the radar is showing some of these showers around the Virginia Beach oceanfront. But as we take a look at the DQ camera there at 17th and Atlantic, it's not raining there. Maybe a quick sprinkle in a couple of spots, but again, I'd put those odds around maybe 2 or 3%. What we're all dealing with is that heat and humidity. Temperatures in the low to mid 90s, although Williamsburg coming in at 99 degrees, 94 in Wakefield. A little bit cooler. You get some relief out along the ocean front with a little bit of a sea breeze. 89 degrees in Virginia Beach. You can see 92 in Newport News, Hampton, and Norfolk. And when you factor in that humidity, it feels like well over 100 degrees. Some of these heat index values a little bit earlier this afternoon were up around 110. Right now we're at 104 in Williamsburg and Norfolk, 97 out along the ocean front, and 104 in Elizabeth City. Through the rest of the evening, we'll look at the mainly clear skies, a couple of clouds popping up from time to time, but notice those heat index values remaining well over 100 degrees, right even through 7 o'clock. Temperatures finally later this evening dropping back into the 70s, but even by 11 o'clock, it's still going to feel like the low to mid 80s outside. So as you're getting home and maybe you need to take the pet for a walk, just remember when you have air temperature between 90 and 95 degrees, that concrete can still be between 125 and 140, and the asphalt could be up to 155 degrees during the peak heating of the day. Remember the 5-second rule. If you can't put the back of your hand down on the pavement for 5 seconds, it's too hot for your dogs and cats as you take them outside. So remember that as we're dealing with the heat. When I come back, I'll talk about some cooler temperatures and maybe a big drop in readings by this weekend. Details coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Evan, thank you. Drenched in sweat, that's how you can describe people living at Effingham Plaza in Portsmouth. Residents say the apartment complex, where mostly older people live, had no air conditioning. And 13 News Now reporter Allie Weatherton is there live. Now, Allie, you just learned minutes ago crews have the AC working again?
That's right, guys. I called several people throughout the day. In the last 20 minutes, the housing authority says the air conditioning unit in this building behind me is fixed. Now, people who live here say they've been outside all day because it was just way too hot inside their apartment. Now, I spoke with Edward Bland. He's the executive director of the Portsmouth Redevelopment and Housing Authority. He tells me a valve was leaking. And like I said, in the last 20 minutes, a private contractor fixed the problem with the air conditioning unit. Bland didn't say when the park broke, but residents say they haven't had air conditioning since Saturday. People say it's so hot in their building you couldn't even sit inside without sweating. This morning, a home health aide says she's taking care of her client inside the building.
So I'm letting you know, don't move too fast because we don't have no air. We haven't had it in 2 days. I said, oh, let me hurry up and get to Miss Odom and make sure she's comfortable.
And like I said, in the last 20 minutes, I'm told the air conditioning unit is fixed. Many residents say they're very happy. Live in Portsmouth, Allie Weatherton, 13 News Now.
In Newport News, Aqua Vista Apartments must have more than a dozen AC units fixed there by tomorrow. We told you last week that city officials issued 74 code compliance citations at the apartment complex over the span of a week. The move follows more than 24 citations against the complex for broken AC units. We all feel today's heat no matter where we are, but for those in downtown Norfolk or Virginia Beach Town Center, it feels a little more intense than the suburbs.
Yeah, there's actually a scientific term for the phenomenon. It's called the heat island effect. Well, it basically comes down to this. We have a lot of surfaces that take in heat and then throw it back in your faces all day. Now, this graph from the National Weather Service sums it all up. It shows there can be a huge gap between the temperature in the city and in more rural areas. Now, the temperature is way up there in the city, then it drops in the suburbs, and it is at its lowest, in rural areas.
And listen to the possible temperature gaps right here. During the day, the difference can be somewhere between 2 and 5 degrees, but get this, at night, The difference can be up to 22 degrees.
And here's why. When the sun goes down, the suburbs get relief, but in the city, we're not so lucky because the buildings took in a lot of heat all day. And at night, it starts to slow release of the heat. Like I said, the buildings are throwing their heat in your faces all day. Well, meanwhile, where you live in the city makes a big difference. Places with more vegetation are cooler, so the lesson, urban areas are hotter.
Best way to beat this heat is to stay indoors. FEMA shared this photo on Twitter today, suggesting if you need to escape the temps, consider going to a mall or to a library. If you must go out, dress in loose-fitting, lightweight, and light-colored clothes, and don't forget, drink plenty of water. As Evan said earlier, the heat advisory is in place until 8 o'clock tonight. And with more hot temperatures this week, there are several cooling centers open. You can find those locations on the 13 News Now app under Top Stories.
New information about the death of Denise Martin from Virginia Beach. Now, police tell 13 News Now they do not suspect foul play at this time. Now, you may recall the recent Longwood University graduate disappeared last month from her home in the Red Mill area. Police found Martin's body last Wednesday not far from her home. And the man accused of ramming his car into a crowd of protesters during a white nationalist rally in Charlottesville is expected to be back in court this week. James Alex Field Jr. is set for arraignment Thursday on federal hate crime charges. Last week, a court indicted James on 30 federal charges stemming from the attack last August that killed 32-year-old Heather Heyer and injured many others.
New at 4, a man accused of flashing people in Virginia Beach. This time, the victims are cheerleaders from Green Run High School. Police tell us it happened on Saturday at the Firestone in the Chimney Hill Shopping Center during a car wash fundraiser. Parents of the victims say the man called them over to his car while they collected donations, and that's when he allegedly exposed himself. We spoke to some people who say fundraising happens all the time.
That's why I don't understand if there is a stalker or any type of flasher, they would see parents. Because each time the parents actually have their tent usually right here at the 7-Eleven because they have close access to the bathrooms and the fountain drinks and things. So I've never seen them out here alone.
This incident comes after police arrested an MMA fighter and charged him with flashing women in Lansdowne Commons Shopping Center. 13 News Now reporter Stephen Graves will have more on this latest case on 13 News Now at 5.
All right, here's a live look at the Virginia Beach ocean front from our Skyview camera. Tomorrow, City Council is set to take up short-term rentals again. Council is expected to vote against an amendment to the city zoning ordinance recommended by the Planning Commission. It's the fourth version developed by the commission. Vice Mayor Jim Wood calls tomorrow's vote procedural. He says they plan to move forward with a new ordinance they began outlining in a workshop last week. Well, it's the Navy's newest expeditionary sea base, and the USNS Hershel Woody Williams is set to complete her maiden voyage this Thursday. That's when it's expected to arrive at Naval Station Norfolk from San Diego. The 784-foot-long vessel will help support numerous missions and operations. It features a 52,000-square-foot flight deck, along with fuel and equipment storage. Now, the ship is named after the last surviving Medal of Honor recipient from the Battle of Iwo Jima.
History made today at the College of William and Mary.
Yeah, Dr. Catherine Rowe is officially sworn in as the college's first woman president in the school's 325-year history. She replaces Taylor Reevely, who served as president nearly a decade. Dr. Rowe is the former provost of Smith College in Massachusetts. She says she plans to spend her first 3 months listening to and learning from students, parents, faculty, and staff.
And I want to hear from them. What are their stories? How do they know this institution? How do they want me to know the institution?
Rowe officially started yesterday. 13 News Now reporter Nico Clemens attended the swearing in. He'll have much more on Dr. Rowe's plans for the college coming up on 13 News Now at 5.